Greetings, dear students. In this session, we are going to discuss some probability distributions briefly and related problems also. Sample space is the set of all possible outcomes of an experiment, and a given sample space may be finite or infinite, countable or uncountable, and further here definition of a random variable. It is a real valued function defined on a sample space of an experiment. Now, our sample space may contain numeric or even non-numeric values, but a real valued function on the sample space guarantees that whatever may be the outcome of the sample space, may be numeric or non-numeric, for each such outcome, we are defining a real value, and collection of all such real values is said to be a random variable. Then a random variable is discrete if it takes either finite or countably infinite values. And the probability related to that is called as a probability mass function. Similarly, a random variable is continuous if it takes uncountable number of values. It is very much obvious that if a set is finite, definitely it is countable. If a set is uncountable, then it is definitely infinite. And here, a random variable is generally denoted by capital X. Then the mean or expected value of function. So I'm talking about a random variable which can be either discrete or continuous. Expected value of a function of a random variable x is expected value of some g of x, means average value of some function of the random variable. Further, if the g of x is equal to x, then expected value of x is called mean of the distribution. Further, we may define variance also, and variance of random variable x, which is denoted by sigma square in general, and the definition is like this: expected value of x minus expected value of x to the power 2. This is the definition. If we simplify here quickly, then it will be x square minus twice x into expected of x plus expected of x to the power 2. And taking separately expectations, first term becomes expected value of x square, then minus 2 and expected value of x comes outside this expectation. So in effect the second term is minus 2 expected value of x into expected value of x, that is minus 2 expected value of x to the power 2. And the third term is constant, so its expected will be the same, and the third term is plus expected value of x to the power 2. And in effect second and third term combinedly gives us square of the expected value. So this is very important. Variance of x, original definition is the expected value of x minus expected of x whole to the power 2, and simplified value is expected value of x square minus square of the expected value. This is applicable for any discrete or continuous random variable. Now, in case of discrete random variable, we have seen that if a random variable takes either finite or countably infinite, that means at the most countably infinite values are taken, then that random variable is called as a discrete random variable. And the probability formula is given by the notation here by probability mass function as probability that the random variable capital X takes particular value small x. This is the notation and it satisfies two very important properties. Probability that the random variable capital X takes any particular real value is either 0 or greater than 0 for every real number x. And the second property is addition of all these probabilities for small x. This must be is equal to 1. Okay. Then if we want to define expectation of some function of the random variable, then it is summation g of x into corresponding probability for all possible values taken by the random variable x. In particular, mean means expected value of x, which will be given by summation x into corresponding probability summed over all possible values of x. Similarly, if we want to find variance, then one easy way will be first find expected value of x square, and that is found as summation of x square into probability that the random variable takes particular value small x summed over all possible values of x, and after that variance of x can be found as expected value of x square minus square of the expected value. Depending on the situation, we have to be flexible on some occasions also. Now, if a random variable is taking uncountable values, so that is called as a continuous random variable. The values cannot be presented by separating commas. Those have to be expressed in the form of intervals. So the probability form, before that I will write a random variable takes uncountable number of values, and those must be expressed in terms of intervals. The probability form is given by probability density function, which is denoted by small f of x. Again, it has to satisfy two important properties. The first property is small f of x must be greater than equal to 0 for any real value of x. And the second is integration minus infinity to plus infinity small f of x into dx. This must be x equal to 1. In effect, if you want to find any probability, suppose probability that a less than x less than b, where a and b are any real numbers. Actually, this is same as probability of a less than equal to x less than b. This is also same as probability of a less than capital X less than equal to b. Also same as probability of a less than equal to x less than equal to b. And all these are given by integration from a to b small f of x into dx. Again, there is concept of distribution function also. If we are finding that, then we can quickly obtain the probabilities. So maybe we may discuss it in this session itself. And mean, again, mean formula expected value of x, and here integration x into f of x is from minus infinity to plus infinity. Similarly, we can obtain variance also, and for that we have to obtain a expected value of x square and use that formula. In general, expected value of some function of x is nothing but integration minus infinity to plus infinity g of x into f of x into dx as such. And there is concept of distribution function also, that is applicable for discrete as well as continuous probability distribution functions. It is called as distribution function or sometimes cumulative distribution function also, that is denoted by capital F of x, and that is equal to probability that the random variable x takes value less than equal to x. In case of a discrete random variable, we have to use summation in appropriate range, whereas in case of continuous random variable, we have to integrate small f of x from minus infinity to small x. Okay. Now Poisson distribution. This is a discrete type of distribution, and quickly I am going to take the definition here. A discrete random variable capital X is said to follow a Poisson distribution with parameter lambda if its probability mass function is probability that the random variable capital X takes particular value small x is equal to e to the power minus lambda into lambda to the power x upon x factorial. And here x 0, comma 1, comma 2, and so on until infinity. And it has only one parameter lambda, which should be greater than 0. Notation is x follows Poisson distribution with parameter lambda. Again, it satisfies the properties of a probability mass function. So here we find, just verify whether this is really a probability mass function or not. And for that, I have told there are two properties. Probability that the random variable takes particular value small x must be greater than equal to 0 for every real number x. That is quite obvious. So lambda is the only one parameter. Suppose lambda is equal to 2 in a particular example. And in that case, the probability formula will be e to the power minus 2, 2 to the power x upon x factorial. But that will be used only when x is 0 or 1 or 2 until infinity. So there will be strictly positive probability. And for any real value, then this maybe 1.5 or minus 1, something like that, the corresponding probability will be 0. This is the meaning. So this property is satisfied. And the second property is that addition of all these probabilities must be equal to 1. So overall possible values of x in this is summation e to the power minus lambda lambda to the power x upon x factorial x is equal to 0 to infinity. So summation is with respect to x. Anything free from x can be taken outside, treating as a constant. Only e to the power minus lambda can be taken outside. And remaining part is summation x from 0 to infinity, lambda to the power x upon x factorial. First term, put x equal to 0. Then it is lambda to the power 0 by 0 factorial 1. Next term, x equal to 1, lambda to the power 1 by 1 factorial. Next, lambda square by 2 factorial, and so on. And we know that this bracket is nothing but e to the power lambda. It is multiplied with e to the power minus lambda. That is e to the power 0 is equal to 1. So it is really interesting to see that this random variable is taking infinite number of values. For each, there is some probability, but addition of all the probabilities is exactly equal to 1. We'll find mean for the Poisson distribution. Here, expected value of x is equal to, quickly, summation x into corresponding probability x. Oh, this is the definition. And in case of Poisson, it's from 0 to infinity, then x into e to the power minus lambda into the lambda to the power x upon x factorial. We know that when x equal to 0, first term is 0, so we can directly say that this is nothing but this is summation x from 1 to infinity, then x is there, e to the power minus lambda is there, lambda to the power x upon x factorial is there. But if we cancel x from numerator and denominator, we are remaining with x minus 1 factorial in denominator. Then I am going to have e to the power minus lambda as constant outside. I'm going to make adjustment. I'm going to take one lambda outside and summation x from 1 to infinity, and it becomes lambda to the power x minus 1 upon x minus 1 factorial. Again, you can do one thing. You can say y equal to x minus 1. Then in the next, the summation will be summation y from 0 to infinity, lambda to the power y by y factorial, like that. But with this also we can continue. So it is e to the power minus lambda into lambda. Then see, put x equal to 0. Lambda to the power 0 by 0 factorial is 1. Put x equal to 2. So lambda to the power 1 by 1 factorial. Next term will be lambda square by 2 factorial, and so on. And this is equal to e to the power minus lambda into e to the power lambda, and the answer is equal to lambda. So the mean of this Poisson random variable is equal to lambda. We'll find out variance. But here we know s, we know, let us write variance of x. The formula is equal to expected value of x square minus square of the expected value, no doubt. But because of the structure of the probability mass function of Poisson, we cannot find expected value of x square. Then what we can find? We can find this expected value of x into x minus 1. So this is equal to, by definition, summation over all x into x minus 1 into corresponding probability. So this is equal to summation, in case of Poisson, 0 to infinity, x into x minus 1 into e to the power minus lambda into lambda to the power x upon x factor. Again, I am going to solve this quickly. Now see, put x equal to 0, first term is 0, put x equal to 1, second term is 0. So we can say that summation x from 2 to infinity. Then I am taking e to the power minus lambda outside. From lambda to the power x, I am taking lambda square outside. And then we know that x into x minus 1 in numerator cancel with x factorial in the denominator, and we are remaining with x minus 2 factorial. And we continue, this will be e to the power minus lambda, lambda to the power 2, and then see, put x equal to 2, so lambda to the power 0 by 0 factorial is 1. Next term is plus lambda to the power 1 by 1 factorial plus lambda square by 2 factorial, and so on. And thus this will be equal to e to the power minus lambda into lambda to the power 2 into e to the power lambda, and that is equal to lambda square. Thus we have obtained expected value of x into x minus 1, that is expected value of x square minus x, this is equal to lambda square. And therefore expected value of x square minus expected value of x is equal to lambda square, and therefore expected value of x square equal to expected value of x plus lambda square, and therefore expected value of x square equal to lambda plus lambda square, and variance of x will be equal to, as we know the formula, expected value of x square minus square of the expected value. This will be lambda plus lambda square and minus, we know expected value of x is lambda, and square of that, the answer is equal to lambda. Thus we have seen that for a Poisson random variable, the expected means mean and variance are the same, and both are equal to the parameter lambda. Okay, so we solve some problems. If a random variable x has a Poisson distribution such that probability that x equal to 1 equal to probability that x equal to 2, find the mean. So quickly, here x is a Poisson random variable, its parameter is unknown, so let it be lambda. And therefore we can quickly write the probability mass function of x is probability that capital X random variable takes particular value small x equal to e to the power minus lambda, lambda to the power x upon x factorial, x equal to 0, 1, 2 until infinity, lambda greater than 0. We have proved that lambda is mean of the distribution as x variable is taking value 0, 1, 2 and so on. So lambda mean has to be greater than 0, has to be greater than the smallest value taken by the random variable. Now in this case, we are given probability that x equal to 1 is equal to probability that x equal to 2. So we see that in the range there is 0, 1, 2 and so on. So 1 is there, so we can make use of this formula, e to the power minus lambda, lambda to the power 1 upon 1 factorial, and that is equal to probability that x equal to 2. 2 is also in this range, so e to the power minus lambda, lambda to the power 2 upon 2 factorial. After simplification, we are getting lambda is equal to 2. That is the answer. Normal distribution. This is the king of all the probability distributions. So quickly, I am going to discuss some of the properties of this distribution. So we'll write a continuous random variable capital X is said to follow a normal distribution. Another name is Gaussian, normal or Gaussian. if its probability density function is small f of x equal to 1 upon root 2 pi. Root 2 pi is in square root, sigma is outside, e to the power minus 1 upon 2, x minus mu upon sigma, bracket to the power 2, and this normal variable can be any finite real number from minus infinity to plus infinity. I am writing the range of the parameters also. Here there are two parameters. Notation is x follows normal distribution with parameters mu and sigma square. This is the notation. And as I have told, this is a probability density function. It must satisfy the properties of a probability density function. Yes, it satisfies, then we can find mean also, variance also, no problem. So we'll try to find mean, variance, all these things, and we are going to list some properties here. Really, this is a probability density function or not? So the first property f of x must be greater than equal to 0 for any real value of x. So you can see here 1 upon root 2 pi sigma e to the power anything is always positive. E to the power positive is positive, e to the power 0 is 1, e to the power negative is 1 upon e to the power positive. So it is really interesting. E to the power anything is positive multiplied by 1 upon root 2 pi sigma. So this is positive, and I know that when x is will be tending to plus infinity or minus infinity, then only f of x will be 0. So one more property is that this integration from minus infinity to plus infinity f of x dx, this must be equal to 1. So here integration minus infinity to plus infinity 1 upon root 2 pi sigma e raised to minus 1 upon 2 x minus mu upon sigma to the power 2 dx. So we have to be very much good in integrations to solve this. So quickly I am going to put z is equal to x minus mu upon sigma, and therefore dz is equal to dx upon sigma. So this integration is integration when x is minus infinity, z is minus infinity. When x is equal to infinity, z is also infinity. 1 upon root 2 pi. Then c dx upon sigma is dz and e raised to minus z square by 2. So this is equal to 1 upon root 2 pi is constant, integration minus infinity to plus infinity e to the power minus z square by 2. So inside e to the power minus z square by 2. So this is an even function, so I can dare to say this is 2 times integration 0 to infinity. So I am skipping many steps here. Then e to the power minus z square by 2 into dz. So this is equal to, again, I will have to say this is root 2 upon pi integration 0 to infinity. Then I am going to use gamma result z to the power 1 minus 1 e to the power minus z square by 2 into dz. And if you remember in M2 we have done gamma functions. So the result was integration 0 to infinity x to the power n minus 1 e to the power minus a into x square equal to gamma n by 2. N is 1 here, gamma 1 by 2 upon twice into a to the power n by 2. A is equal to half to the power n by 2 means to the power half. And gamma half is root pi, so root pi cancels. And this is equal to, and I forgot to take 2, as we had said integration 2 times integration 0 to infinity, so that 2 is here. So 2 cancels, 1 upon root pi cancels with gamma half, root 2 also cancels, and the answer is equal to 1. So in this way we have proved. Then what about mean variance? Okay, let us try to do that also. Expected value of x. Expected value of x is equal to integration minus infinity plus infinity x into f of x into dx. So quickly it will be integration minus infinity plus infinity, then x 1 upon root 2 pi into sigma e raised to minus 1 upon 2 x minus mu upon sigma to the power 2 into dx. Quickly z is equal to x minus mu upon sigma and dz is equal to dx upon sigma. This integration will be equal to integration again, z will be from minus infinity to plus infinity, then x will be equal to mu plus sigma z 1 upon root 2 pi dx upon sigma is dz e to the power minus z square by. So we can separate this into two integrations. So the first integration is, see, mu upon root 2 pi will be outside, then it will be integration minus infinity to plus infinity e to the power minus z square by 2 into dz, and plus that will be sigma upon root 2 pi integration minus infinity to plus infinity z e to the power minus z square by 2 dz. Now we do see that second integration is an odd function from minus infinity to plus infinity, that will vanish and will be remaining with only one. So mu upon root 2 pi. We know inside is an even function e to the power minus z square by 2 from minus infinity to plus infinity. So I can say 2 times 0 to infinity e to the power minus z square by 2 dz. And this is z to the power 1 minus 1. We have to make adjustment quickly. So this is 2 mu upon root 2 pi, then gamma half upon twice into half to the power half, and the answer is equal to mu. Mean of normal distribution is mu. Now we'll go for variance. So we'll be flexible. We'll use the original definition. Expected value of x minus expected value of x to the power 2. And we have just seen that here expected value of x is equal to mu. So this is integration from minus infinity to plus infinity x minus mu square into f of x into dx. So this is equal to integration minus infinity to plus infinity x minus mu to the power 2 into 1 upon root 2 pi into sigma e to the power minus 1 upon 2 x minus mu upon sigma to the power 2 into dx. So again we have to make substitution, put z is equal to x minus mu upon sigma and dz will be equal to dx upon sigma. So this will become integration. Yes, no doubt we can take constant outside, 1 upon root 2 pi into sigma integration minus infinity to plus infinity x minus mu is sigma into z to the power 2, then e to the power minus z square by 2 into, so it will be, I have to erase this sigma and just say dx upon sigma is equal to dz. And quickly again this is equal to sigma square upon root 2 pi integration minus infinity to plus infinity, and inside we have z square into e to the power minus z square by 2 dz. Okay, so again it is even function, so I can say 2 times 0 to infinity z square means z to the power 3 minus 1, like that. So this is equal to 2 sigma square upon root 2 pi, then this will be gamma 3 by 2 upon twice a gamma n by 2 upon twice into a to the power n by 2 up to the power 3 by 2. Just where to go on solving this? So this is 2 into sigma square upon root 2 pi, then this 1 upon 2 will be there, then 2 to the power 3 by 2 will be in numerator, that is 2 into root 2 will be there, and then gamma 3 by 2. We know that gamma n equal to n minus 1 into gamma of n minus 1. So gamma 3 by 2 will be equal to 1 by 2 into gamma of 1 by 2. Okay, so we can simplify, root 2 cancels, gamma half, and the answer is equal to sigma square. And thus for normal distribution, when we say that if x follows normal distribution with parameters mu and sigma square, then mean equal to mu and variance is equal to sigma square. Okay, there are so many ways to obtain definitely these things. There are many interesting properties. Then if suppose f of x is equal to 1 upon root 2 pi into sigma e raised to minus 1 upon 2 x minus mu upon sigma to the power 2. So we know minus infinity less than x less than infinity. Then I am going to put z is equal to x minus mu upon sigma, and everything will be expressed in terms of z now, and therefore z of z will be equal to, the formula is f of x into this Jacobian univariate Jacobian being dx upon dz, and for from this we can say that dz is equal to dx upon sigma. We know this, and then f of x will be expressed in terms of z. So it will be 1 upon root 2 pi into sigma e raised to minus 1 by 2 x minus mu upon sigma means z to the power 2, and then absolute value of dx upon dz, that is equal to sigma, and therefore g of z is equal to 1 upon root 2 pi e to the power minus z square by 2, and further see when x equal to minus infinity, z means minus infinity minus mu upon sigma is minus infinity, that is less than z, and when x is equal to infinity, then z is equal to infinity. And thus this is very important result. If x follows normal distribution with parameters mu and sigma square, then z is equal to x minus mu upon sigma. This follows normal distribution with parameters 0 and 1. So this normal 0 1 is called as standard normal distribution, and z is called as a standard normal variable. In every problem we have to make use of this property. Then whatever properties I remember, If we draw the graph of this normal density, so along the horizontal axis there will be values of x, and along the vertical axis corresponding values of f of x. So it will be something like this, and the core is going closer and closer to x-axis at the extremities. So x-axis is going to be an asymptote. It never touches. Definitely it will touch at infinity. So this is the graph of x versus f of x. That is, this is graph of normal mu and sigma square distribution, and it is perfectly symmetric at the point x is equal to mu. We have already found mean is equal to mu. Then we can also find using calculus theory median, mode also. So here median is positional average. You can see the density. This density means if we are integrating entire thing, integration f of x dx from minus infinity to plus infinity, that is equal to 1. That means definitely this is 50% from minus infinity to mu, and from mu to plus infinity it is 50%, means zero point 0.5, zero point 0.5 is the area, and thus median, already we know mean is equal to mu, we already know, but now we realize that median is also equal to mu. And further, mode, mode means the most repeated observation in a data, means f of x has to be maximum, so you can see maximum height, and from that corresponding value of x, that is nothing but mode, and mode in this case is again coming as equal to mu. So these are the things, as this is perfectly symmetric bell shaped curve, mean, median, mode of normal distribution always coincide, and that is equal to mu, the first parameter. If we have different normal distributions with same value of mu but different values of variance, so accordingly we can get it will be symmetric at x is equal to mu, but the flatness will vary according to the values of the variances. So these were some of the properties. Now we'll discuss few problems. Let x be a normal random variable with mean 50 and standard deviation 3. So let us write x follows normal with first parameter is mean, so first is mean. Second parameter is variance, standard deviation is given, so we have to store it. We have to be very careful while writing the second parameter. Sometimes variance is given, so we have to write variance as it is. And therefore, immediately z is equal to x minus mu upon sigma. This follows standard normal distribution. Okay, so they are telling that the z score for x is minus 1.2. Therefore, minus 1.2 is equal to x minus 50 upon 3. We have to just simplify. So this will be minus 3.6 is equal to x minus 50. Therefore, 50 minus 3.6 is equal to x, and therefore x is equal to, it will be 46.4. Next, x is a normal random variable with mean 30 and standard deviation 5. So x follows normal distribution with parameter 30 and 5 is fair. Immediately z is equal to x minus 30 upon 5 will follow standard normal distribution. Then we are asked probability that x greater than equal to 45. So this is 40 that x minus 30 upon 5. This will be greater than equal to 45 minus 30 upon 5. So this is equal to probability of z greater than equal to 3. So immediately we have to draw the normal density curve. Now this is standard normal. In the previous case we had drawn x versus f of x, but this is z versus f of z. So this is z is equal to 0. This is standard normal curve. They are giving that the value between the area between z is equal to 0 and z is equal to 3. This area is equal to 0.4986. Okay. And we want to find out probability that z greater than equal to 3. That is nothing but, yes, this is no necessary to write, but I am writing 3 less than equal to z and z less than infinity, and this probability will be given by the shaded region. We know that this standard normal is perfectly symmetric about z is equal to 0, and therefore the right side portion is zero point 0.5, and that's why the shaded region must be zero point 0.5 minus 0.4986, and I think it will be 0.0014, like this. Here x is a normal random variable with mean 50 and standard deviation 3. I think we have already discussed. Okay. Then exponential distribution. Again, this is a continuous type of distribution, and the life of an electronic equipment is behaving exactly like this. The definition is like this: a continuous random variable capital X is said to follow an exponential distribution with parameter theta. Its probability density function is small f of x is equal to 1 upon theta e to the power minus x upon theta, x greater than equal to 0 and theta greater than 0. Okay. This is the definition. Again, being a probability density function, it must satisfy the two properties. The first property is f of x has to be greater than equal to 0 for any real value of x. Yes. And the second property, integration f of x dx from minus infinity to plus infinity, this must be equal to 1. So in this case, this random variable takes value for every x from 0 to infinity. That's why integration minus infinity to 0 fx will be 0, plus integration 0 to infinity 1 upon theta e to the power minus x upon theta into dx. So you can simplify this. Otherwise, I will be using the property of gamma 1 upon theta integration 0 to infinity x to the power 1 minus 1 e to the power minus x upon theta into dx. So this is equal to 1 upon theta. Now see, formula integration 0 to infinity x to the power n minus 1 into e to the power minus ax into dx is gamma n upon a to the power n, and this is equal to 1. Gamma 1 is 0 factorial. So this is really a probability density function. Then we may discuss mean. Mean, now expected value of x. So this is integration minus infinity to plus infinity x into f of x into dx. And in this case, we know that f of x equal to So and so for x from 0 to infinity. So the first part minus infinity to 0 x into 0 into dx plus integration 0 to infinity x into f of x is 1 upon theta e to the power minus x upon theta into dx. So this is equal to first integral is 0 plus 1 upon theta is constant outside integration 0 to infinity x to the power 1 can be written as x to the power 2 minus 1 into e to the power minus x upon theta into dx. So this is equal to 1 upon theta. Again, see, integration 0 to infinity x to the power n minus 1 into e to the power minus x dx is gamma n upon a to the power n. So gamma 2 is 1 factorial. So expected value of x equal to theta. Now we will find variance of x. For that, we will first obtain expected value of x square. Quickly, expected value of x square is equal to integration minus infinity to plus infinity x square into f of x into dx, and this is equal to integration minus infinity to 0 x square into 0 into dx plus integration 0 to infinity x square into 1 upon theta into the power minus x upon theta into dx. So this is equal to 0 plus 1 upon theta constant integration 0 to infinity x square can be written as x cube minus 1 e to the power minus x upon theta into dx. So this is equal to 1 upon theta. Now see, integration 0 to infinity x to the power n minus 1 into e to the power minus ax into dx is gamma n upon a to the power n. Gamma 3 is 2 factorial, then theta cube upon theta is theta square, and thus variance of x is equal to expected value of x square minus square of the expected value, and this is equal to 2 into theta square minus theta to the power 2, and that is equal to theta square. So we have seen for an exponential distribution mean equal to theta and variance is equal to theta square. We can find cumulative distribution function also. So quickly, cumulative distribution function or simply distribution function. It is one and the same. We know the definition is capital F of x equal to, this is universal definition, and in case of continuous the formula is integration minus infinity to x f of x dx. So there is no point in saying this. So we'll be saying integration f of t dt. In case of exponential, now we'll have to make different cases. So case one is that x can be any real number less than 0. So in that case, capital F of x is, there is no positive small f of x in that, so capital F of x will be 0. Case 2, that 0 less than x and less than infinity. So this is the second case and the last case also. Okay. Now this is again capital F of x is equal to integration minus infinity to x f of t. Now f of t will be 1 upon theta e raised to minus t upon theta into dt. This will be 1 upon theta will be outside, e to the power minus t upon theta upon minus 1 upon theta, and the limits from minus infinity to x. So minus 1 is outside, theta cancels. Then we have to put x in place of t. It will be e to the power minus x upon theta and minus e to the power, uh, it will be just we have to say here from 0 to infinity. The reason is that from minus infinity to 0, first integral will be 0, and after that from 0 to x. So we have to note this, and after that, after putting here t equal to 0, it will be equal to 1, and the answer is, this is 1 minus e to the power minus x upon theta. And thus collectively we can write here capital F of x. This distribution function is equal to 0 when x is less than 0, and it is 1 minus e to the power minus x upon theta when x is greater than or equal to 0. Okay, now see what is this remaining. Now uniform distribution, and then we'll stop. Again, uniform distribution is in case of discrete as well as in case of continuous. Now we are talking about continuous uniform distribution. A continuous random variable capital X is said to follow uniform distribution with parameters A and B if its probability density function is small f of x equal to 1 upon b minus a less than x less than b. Okay, that's all. And we can draw the graph also quickly here. Suppose this is x-axis and this is fx. Suppose the x equal to a is somewhere here, x is equal to b is somewhere here, and this height is 1 upon b minus a. So from minus infinity to, when x is from minus infinity to a, f of x is 0, but when x is from a to b, f of x is 1 upon b minus a, and again from b to infinity it is. So it is, I should not join this, but still it is called as a rectangular distribution. So this. Then is this area probability density function? Yes. It must satisfy two properties. F of x must be greater than or equal to 0 for all possible values of x. Now see, when x is less than a and x is greater than b, f of x is 0. Otherwise, f of x is 1 upon b minus a. So it is either 0 or greater than 0. The second property is integration minus infinity to plus infinity f of x into dx. This must be equal to 1. Yes. So you can see either the definition of fx, or you can see the graph, and from that you will realize we have to split into different parts. Minus infinity to a, in that f of x is 0, plus integration a to b, f of x is 1 upon b minus a into dx, and plus integration from b to infinity, f of x is 0, and thus this is 0 plus 1 upon b minus a into x from a to b and plus 0, and this is equal to b minus a upon b minus a, and the answer is equal to 1. So like this. So this is really a probability density function. Then we can find mean and variance also quickly. Then we'll have pause, mean, expected value of x. Being continuous random variable, integration minus infinity plus infinity, x into f of x into dx. Again, see, minus infinity to a, x into 0 into dx, plus integration a to b, x into 1 upon b minus a into dx, plus integration b to infinity x into 0 into dx. So first and third integrals are 0. We have to take care of in between. So here 1 upon b minus a, integration of x is x square by 2. Okay, and the limits from a to b. So this is 1 upon 2 into b minus a. In numerator there will be b square minus a square is equal to, we know b square minus a square is b minus a into b plus a. B minus a cancels. So in numerator we have b plus a. I can write it a plus b also, a plus b by 2. So this is mean. We'll find variance also quickly. For that, let us find expected value of x square. Expected value of x square equal to integration minus infinity to plus infinity x square into f of x into dx. So this is equal to, again I will not write all the three integrals, just I am going to write this is integration a to b x square into 1 upon b minus a into dx is equal to 1 upon b minus a integration of x square is x cubed by 3 and from a to b. So this will be equal to b cube minus a cube upon 3 times b minus a. And thus, now variance of x. Variance of x equal to expected value of x square minus square of the expected value. This is equal to b cube minus a cube upon 3 times b minus a minus expected value of x to the power 2, that is a plus b to the power 2 divided by 4. So let us simplify. This is equal to, we can understand here that b cube minus a cube upon b minus a, that is nothing but b square plus ab plus a square divided by 3 minus, this is a plus b bracket square upon 3. So it has to be divided by 4. Divided by 4. So to simplify this, so this is equal to 12 is the LCM. Now 4 b square plus 4 ab plus 4 a square and minus 3a square plus 6ab plus 3b square, and further this is equal to 1 upon 12. 4b cube minus 3, 4b square minus 3b square is equal to b square. 4ab minus 6ab is minus 2ab, and 4a square minus 3a square is a square. So this is b minus a square by 12. We can write b minus a square by 12 or a minus b square by 12. It is one and the same. So as such, this is the variance of uniform distribution. And just small part, that is cumulative distribution function. Cumulative distribution function. Okay. So here we know the definition. Capital F of x is equal to probability that the random variable x takes values less than equal to x, and in case of continuous, minus infinity to x small ft into dt. This is the definition. Okay. Now we will have to make three different cases. Here, case 1 will be when x less than a. In that case, f of x integration minus infinity to x ft dt will be 0. Then the second case is a is less than equal to x, but x is less than b. So in that case, again capital F of x will be this probability, and in that case integration minus infinity to a, this will be one part and another part will be from a to x. Okay. So in this minus infinity to a, f of x is 0, and from the anything from a to b, f of x is equal to 1 upon b minus a. So f of t will be 1 upon b minus a into dt, and this is equal to 0 plus 1 upon b minus a t from a to x, and this is equal to x minus a upon b minus a. Okay, and the third case is x is greater than or equal to b. So here capital F of x will be integration minus infinity to a, that will be 0 plus integration a to b. So it is 1 upon b minus a, and plus from b to x, this will be 0 into dt, and it will be 0 plus 1 plus 0, and the answer is 0, and thus we can write the distribution function as this is equal to 0 when x is less than a, is equal to x minus a upon b minus a when a less than equal to x less than b, and is equal to 1 when it is greater than equal to b, like this. And I think that's all. Thanks a lot for the patience listening. Thank you very much.